Mr. Holder, I love you and I respect you. You're Mr. President Obama, and I know that you're two black Americans that really care about America. You want to take America to the higher level that you know. And I'm sure that you're well read in history. You know that justice is an important part of a nation maintaining its power. All the empires that have fallen when they were unjust, from Africa, Babylon, even down to the Romans, even Hitler, you know. And so I laud your move in which you're trying to get many prisoners in these low-level crimes, drug crimes, in a way that they could have the franchise and they could go to, vote and so on, participate in society. But I mean, American education is of such that um, and then you've never been arrested. You're the president. I don't see where you've been arrested and put in jail, spend no time in jail. So this may be beyond your experience, but I'm gonna tell you what the real deal is down here. I've been to jail twice in America, and I haven't been guilty of nothing. Okay, so but the bottom line is this: white folks have come up with a game that they say they can have just a small family because they want quality of life and all this kind of stuff. So they're not gonna be barefoot and pregnant and whatever. So they have one family, two, and so on. Now, blacks and Hispanics have five, six, and so they're becoming a racial minority. But this is white people time, and they're the ones with the nuke and the power and so forth, and they're feeling threatened. They're feeling as if they're really in power when they see all these blacks with so on. And a lot of times when they come in my presence, they fall apart and they fight back. They get the sheriff to come and lock me up and so on. And so even if you're successful in causing these low-level drug crimes to be thrown out and so on, they can find the next way to disenfranchise a whole bunch of black folks. The marijuana laws that are passing, maybe they're going to come down the road and see that they're suffering a certain type of mental condition and they say this precludes you from voting and having your civil duties and so forth because you kind of have a mental disability. Somehow they're going to do it. Now you have, if you don't vote for me at first, give me second or third choice. You know what I mean? These are methods that they want to maintain dominance. Now the London City Council in England, at one time, minorities were so much in London, so many in London that the councillors and the mayors seem to be moving towards an Indian, a Hong Kongan, or an African, and they couldn't have that. So what they did is they gave incentives. Many of them went to Canada, to Australia, New Zealand, come to America and get rid of them so that the numbers could be back where the white folks again are being elected and show that this is a white city and there's a white people running the town and so on. And it's the same thing they're doing here. And so unless we could understand this and come to the white folks and say, let's discuss this, what you really want. We don't want to take away power. This is your time. You're in charge. But we have talents. We want to have an opportunity to help our country out, like the guys who went into the wars, First and Second World War and so on. But so your noble moves, they're gonna come from another way, a sort of moving it out, because all these maneuvers they make put us in jail. We're shooting up one another in the community, drugs and all that. It is such that even though we might be a million more than them, you'd have maybe 1.25 million either in jail, in hospital, out of the mind, frustrated, with bench health problems. They can't vote and they're not interested in voting, so they're going to win. So it's either we're going to have to vote for them and let them run the show and we're going to get positions up. Because, I mean, there's no black guy in technology, say running some software, something, come with some product that white folks are going to pay $2 billion for or whatever. And that's by design. Now, in Oakland recently, there was a truancy meeting. And one white police officer, former police officer, said, "Oh, truancy is a bad problem, and this, but truancy amongst the black community is high, and all this cost and all this stuff to talk about." And he said he took some boys to San Quentin, the big time prison over there, saw two guys in death row, a Hispanic and a black, and their story was that it started in truancy, and the guy said, "Oh boy, we need to go to school," and so on, and then the prosecutor office saying that they when the school reports to them, they go in and check it out. It might be sickness, it might be this, it might be all kinds of stuff, but eventually it could go to a case in which the child is old enough to have a juvenile case open, or the parents could go to jail or threaten seriously, and the child has to go to school. But I'm not sure if these white folks are serious. Now look, I have 10 college degrees, okay, and I recycle. I had a little substitute teaching job over there. I got fired, but it's not that I committed a crime or I committed anything that would cause me to lose my credentials, okay? But they got rid of me, all right? I mean, it's obviously why they got rid of me. They don't want no black that would be showing and breaking the stereotype, and so on. And you go to school still, and you can't get a job. So folks are saying, what's the point? And I'm saying that if they were including us, this economy could have been bigger. I would like to have a swimming pool, a nice house. I want to live with the white folks necessarily. Nice house anywhere, a car, Mercedes Benz, money I could travel, I could take care of my health, I could support my family in a nice way and so on, and so forth. Could go to concerts, I could eat out at the restaurant a lot, etc. All I have to do is eat at the missions, and so, this is a serious situation here. Let me show you further. They're talking about this truancy, and it appears though we want our black kids to go to school and to do well, and they'll have a better chance at a good job. And when you have a degree, your income is this and all that stuff. That's hogwash. Look, they have something in the computer. Every time the cops stop me, they try to take me to jail. One sheriff said that I attacked him with my keys in the air, and I raised my voice, and I'm going at him. He said, drop the keys. He has a gun, a taser, and he said, drop the keys, drop the keys. If that true, he'd have said, if he felt threatened, he'd shoot me or whatever, or tase me down, or use that electric shock gun on you. All right. The narrative that he presented to the court, this black prosecutor said that, you don't think I can believe these cops out there over you? So she gave me mental health, probation, clean the highway, and something like that, anger management. I mean, I didn't do nothing. Okay, they went to my van, they took out my temporary operating permit. So then they say, this vehicle is registered, we're gonna impound it. Take my vehicle and I had to go and pay like $400-500 to get it out. They took me to jail. Almost died in prison. They put something in the food. They wanted me to knock my head to the wall because I was feeling a pain in the middle of my head. All right, but I survived it. I was able to, before they took me into the cell, I was able to make a call to 800 number. I got the bail in. So the bail came through maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. They wait until 11 to let me out so that the drug don't wear out my body. But I mean, even if I go to somebody to check it out, they're going to take me serious. And then they could always go in and change it around and say that, oh, the blood test was normal. There was nothing in this thing. It's just he has a mental problem. This kind of way to do. Look, I'm on the phone with my brother. Say, I have a daughter. She's going to get into college at 13. Guess what? Somebody called the Department of Children and Families. They came over saying they got this call about this child. They want to see her. Oh yeah, she's intelligent and she's definitely energetic. They come to the game, take her away. We didn't abuse the child. She wasn't abandoned. She wasn't neglected. But they took her and put her in foster care, so that when they put them in foster care, it's over. Oh, we have these loving foster care parents. This is about the money. These kids, they get food, hand me down clothes and all kind of food from food bank, and that money's to go and pay the mortgage and the real kids in college and whatever, and for them to go for vacation and so forth. And my daughter, she wanted a girl so that this boy that she has could have a sex partner. In fact, one day she came to visit with us, and you could see her vagina and her anus was kind of being sort of abused. So I was going to take a picture of it. Oh, her mom said, don't do that, because they did that. So when I take a picture, they don't charge me of having porn of the child. I called the cops because she had a big black mark on her forehead. I talked to them, I'm so animated because, they took the child away and distraught, a parent grieving. He's saying, oh, he's behaving belligerent, he's getting ready to shoot me. He's telling his dispatcher that. So I have to chill out, man. It's okay, don't worry, bro, you could go ahead. Everything is good, No, I have a son. The FBI got a camera in my house. They saw me and this lady made a liaison. They followed her up to see she's pregnant, the baby's born. The Department of Children and Families went to this woman and told her, you know what, we don't want you with this guy over there because he's abusing children or whatever. Don't let him come over and see the child, period. So I went over there once. I heard in court about this child. So I went over to see him because, I mean, I'm having all these problems. I moved to California. She didn't tell me she was pregnant. I mean, immediately, even before we moved out, I see this white guy upset, and I went trying to relate to her, seeing pressure coming on. So it's like I had to back off, and I'm not, you know what I mean? We have even had a big conversation. All right. So, but in court, I learned about this son. In court, she's telling the judge in my dependency here, and she said we're going to terminate the parent rights over there. She says we're going to wait and see if this child has the abilities or demonstrating the kind of intelligence that I have. And if that's the case, then they're going to take him. Well, it's easy. The mom might have a job. They're going to tell the employer to fire her. She ain't got no money. It's going to be this and that. She might not be abusing the child. She might love the child. But they're going to call in somebody. They're going to call themselves and say, we got a report that you're abusing this child. Take her to court. Get her a case plan. You got to get a job. They make her get fired, and they're going to prevent her from getting a job. The services they're providing for you, they have a set thing to say you got to do these because they got people over there that they need work, okay? And their friends, and they can tell them make sure she don't graduate from that. Then say you didn't finish your case plan, you can't get back your child, put them in foster care, okay? I don't know if Noe says I've never seen him, okay? I went when he was a baby. Mom said I don't want you to see him. You see what I'm saying? So this is the kind of thing that is going on, Mr. Holder. They do not want to see black people intelligent, qualified, competent. They just want us to be, draw the water and cut the wood and be out there begging and robbing and doing drugs, and then they say, see them black people over there, what? That's it. So I applaud your work in which you're trying to make Americans realizing that these small level thing, all these big set of serious jail time or whatever, you're wasting time. People could be out there with a family working, doing this. They don't want that. They want them in jail so that they won't have the numbers to go and vote, to outvote them. And I'm telling the NAACP and a whole bunch of people around here, we have to address that. What is it these white people are scared of? And assure them that we do not want to take over America. We do not want to take over the world. This is white people's time. But on the other hand, we have abilities and we have talents. Give us a break. We want to have a quality of life that this is America. So that's the bottom line, Mr. Holder. I was even trying to make this video, and the other video just disappeared off my screen. I couldn't even get the recording to save. It's just gone. That's the kind of thing that's going on over here. Thank you, Mr. Holder, and God bless you in your efforts.